Make sure to click my stream, guys, because that is where the presentation will be. If the music's too loud, you can click onto it and then lower the stream volume if you want. That's what I'm saying, Shots. When I first heard this, I'm like, oh, that's Stranger Things, dude.
This town hall is gonna be talk about Batman joining MVR. How did you know that?
Nah.
Who the fucking
Nah.
who the fuck spoiled you out?
Hell no. All right. Welcome, guys, to NVR's first town hall. I wish that we did not have to do this town hall, but unfortunately, you know, rumors and a bunch of bullshit is affecting recruitment. And so we have to cover some things. But to begin with, we're going to go over leadership introductions. So we're going to start with Paradise, go to Kolek, and then myself, and then we will dive right into it. So Paradise, why don't you kick us off?
Yeah, so thank you, Abda. Welcome, guys. Welcome to NVR. Thank you for trusting in our project.
Paradise, tell us a little bit about you, bro. What's your experience? Oh, did Paradise die?
No fucking way.
Bro, okay, so his Discord is like bugging out. So...
No fucking way.
No way. All right.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry, my headset died. I'm sorry. Yeah, welcome, guys, to NVR. Thank you for trusting in the project. For those of you that don't know me, I've been playing with Abda probably like for 2 years now. We were in MFD together. Then I went to NXW to play with Pepe and all the other great people that also joined us here to experience some KVK1s. But now we are back all together, Abda, Pepe, all the other people, to make this project hopefully very great. But yeah, that's to me, I guess, off the Kolek.
Yeah, what's up, guys? This is me. For the guys that don't know me, I've been like in this game R4 and leadership like 10 seasons in many alliances, like no 11, sorry, in 2 alliances particularly, and handling things like row and everything. So you guys are gonna be like in good hands for the leadership that we're gonna have here. We put tons of work on it, and as Arda said, we wish we were not using or not having to do this at town hall, but it's getting to a point that it's really needed, not that we want to. But yeah, what about you, Abda?
All right. Well, I'm Abda. Most of you guys know me. I've played these type of games and led top alliances in these type of games for almost the majority of my life. It's crazy. I'm most well known in Rise of Kingdoms. Got second place in Stars League there. Led the strongest kingdom in power there as well. We had 12 alliances with over 200 people in each alliance. It was insane. Or 100 people in each alliance. It was crazy. And then I came to COD, led BDO. That was the biggest project in mobile gaming history. And then, led MFD for over 2 years, which was a lot of fun. Got fourth place in the Roots of War League. That was super, super exciting. And then now we're, here with MBR. So I'm super excited. And then we're going to just go right into it. So how did the project start? So pretty much this project started because of Milk. Everyone knows what happened in Zone 2. You know, they were winning for 2 days, and then all of a sudden, it just tanked completely. And then YSS was able to counter push with like 50 people online, and Milk couldn't even, you know, bring that numbers up. So what happened then is I had like one off day, or I guess 2 off days from work, and I decided to help Orlead because obviously I love Milk. I love the old Echo people. Like I was good friends with Sod and all those guys. Tons of MFD people in Milk, tons of NXW people in Milk. I just had tons of friends there, so I wanted to try and help. So I came in, warled with Kolek, and you know, we demolished YSS. We basically pushed back 24 hours of their hard work within a day, and just one announcement that was sent 6 hours before a push time, which was, you know, super fun and exciting, and that was a lot of fun. And you know, working with Kolek was like, dang, wait, this is actually like pretty sick. Like I worked really well with this guy. We work, you know, we were just like side by side, and it just kind of meshed really well instantly without any like prep work or anything. So then obviously I have to go to work again the next day after our push, and then we get pushed back all the way. And I'm just like pretty pissed off at that point. It's like, how, like we literally pushed them back to the choke, and then you guys can't even like hold again. And I kind of lit like a fire under me, and I'm just like, all right, bro, it's time. It's time I come back to the game. And there's kind of an opportunity where, I mean, especially after I messaged Kolek, which you can see in the screenshots, I'm like, yo, if I were to lead an alliance, would you consider joining me? And Kolek basically was like, bro, I'm down. Like, I'm totally down. So it's like, okay, I got this dude that I worked really well with within a day of meeting him. And then I messaged Paradise and Hyper after that. I'm like, if I assembled the Avengers, would you guys join? And then they were like interested. So then we made our Discord server, which you can see on the right. And, you know, one of the main accusations was that I migrated to Milk to steal players and create my own alliance. That's just not true at all. At this point, like and especially when I came back to like help War Lead, there's zero interest in being R5. It was literally just like helping out and, you know, trying to beat YSS, and that's all that was. So you can kind of see the dates that this is clearly after, you know, the Zone 2 fights happened. There was not a bone in my body that wanted to come back and be R5 at all before that point. So this kind of proves that. And then Kolek, I don't know if there's anything you want to touch, but you can do that now if you want.
Yeah, just quickly that, as you guys may know, our Zone 2 started the 10th. And as you can see in this message about like the first message that started for creating this project was the 15th, 5 days later. And it was not until we started losing everything that Aldanar worked, let's say, for getting back on all that time. And it was pretty like demoralizing and frustrating that we were putting more effort without being R-Force properly in there than the proper leadership. So just a quick reminder that this town hall is like mainly about all the accusations that it's being against our NBR project names, etc. So you guys can see that we're not, our intentions were never to create a team by stealing Milk players or anything like that. Like the dates can speak by themselves, the proof speaks by itself, and it has nothing to do as people start saying about us.
100%. And then also like another thing that I made extremely clear to Kolek, Hyper, and Paradise right after like I messaged them. It's like, I'm just messaging this to see if this is even like an opportunity. You know, I'm not interested in creating a new alliance unless we have the depth in the roster and, you know, the leadership team in order to pull this off, because I'm not coming back to the game unless it's going to be the top alliance in the game. That's pretty much how it is. So that's how that went down. We're going to go to the next slide, and then Paradise is going to talk about it.
Yeah, so the next allegation was that we recruited people, or we said we recruited people to recruit other people, even though these guys aren't joining. So that's also not really true. There's one person in particular, I'm not going to say any names, but we asked the group that he's in if they would be willing to join. And we got a confirmation that this whole group would be joining us. So what we did, we gave all of the players in that group their role in this Discord. Well, turns out it was kind of like our bad that we didn't communicate with each of these players and confirm that each member individually would be joining, and that one person of that group turns out didn't want to join. So that's where these allegations came up from Jason and other people in God Discord, saying that we used people to recruit other people, which is not true.
Yep.
If you want to add
sure.
something to that, Abner.
Yes. So there's two things. One is what we learned from that, which the thing with this leadership team is we're always going to be taking accountability. You can't take accountability and grow, or without growing. And that's our goal. So we always want to improve, always want to grow, all that kind of stuff. So we're always going to take accountability. So what we learned from this situation, and this is what we've already implemented right after this happened, is now if there's a group that wants to join, every single person, a part of that group, is going to be added to the ticket so that they can give us confirmation that they're joining and that they agree to all of our expectations and stuff. So that's kind of what we learned from this, and that's how we're approaching these type of group situations going forward. And then as for like using names from unverified players, like the only names that we've really used to recruit is my name, Kolek, Paradise. We say that Pepe is playing with us, and we say that Guns is playing with us. Otherwise, like we don't really mention any other names when it comes to recruitment. So those are the only 5. All right, moving on.
Yeah, touching on that, there's also been fake screenshots going around of Apta or other people saying stuff that is not true. That is an example of a fake screenshot. I think anyone that has experience with that kind of stuff can tell that this one is fake. And yeah, there's a few more of that apparently people like used and made of us saying stuff that people believed. At least that's what we heard of. But yeah, that's just a reminder that stuff like that, we never said that, and that's not true.
Yeah, it's just kind of ridiculous. Like, I mean, you're gonna keep seeing screenshots and stuff popping up and accusations, and like, there's never been an attack against a group or an alliance to this scale so far in COD. So it's just ridiculous. So any like negative things that you're seeing being said about us, question it first. Ask for proof, verify it before believing it. That's pretty much the main thing. All right, this kind of stuff, you guys can all read it. Let's chill a little bit, guys, especially in voice chats, alliance chats, all that kind of stuff now. One of the biggest things, and I've led alliances with huge content creators, biggest content creators in the games, and all that kind of stuff. And we obviously want to support them as much as possible. But one of the biggest things that you can do to support them is to keep, what you're saying clean. If Guns or Fluffy or whatever, we have tons of content creators in this alliance. If they want to show an announcement or something, and then there's like reactions that are really bad, like that's not good. Or if they want to click an alliance chat and then there's racist things being said or insane things being said, that can damage their reputation. So if you care about these players joining our alliance and you care about supporting them, which all of us should want to support them, then you guys need to tone it back, especially in MVR Discord, COD Discord, or any COD affiliated Discords. Please keep it clean. We don't want any incidents or anything, because now we're going to start getting strict. So if there's really crazy things that are being said after this big warning, then I have no issue kicking people from the alliance for that. Okay. And we've already messaged a couple of people that have had incidents in the past or like had allegations against them that turned out to be false. And those people agreed that they're going to keep it clean as well going forward. But I just want to announce that to everyone, that that's how we're approaching this going forward. All right. So now the Final Zone stuff. I think we have like 5 topics with Final Zone and Milk. It's pretty insane. So yeah, the first one is people accusing us to ask people not to show up. It's ridiculous how people could even believe this. But yeah, so you can kind of read the screenshots. Obviously, for recruitment wise, why would we want to accept someone that is going to be like, oh, I'm demoralized, I'm not going to show up for Final Zone? You can see on the screenshot on the right that I'm like, you have to go hard in Final Zone. That will determine whether you join us or not. The dude said, I don't want to waste my resources with this activity. And then Kolik was like, excuse me. And then he's like, okay, I'm not applying anymore. And we would have denied him. So that's the kind of attitude that if you're going to say
And we did.
something like that.
We didn't. We did deny
Yeah,
him
we did
because
not.
We did.
Yeah. Like he's not coming. He's not coming. And then the screenshots on the left and the middle, like, is me asking people to show up, and contribute and stuff. And especially like the building, it takes 20 seconds to build. Like, why can't you log in at work or at home and send a builder? Because it takes like 12 hours or whatever to get to Dragon Zone and stuff. Like, if you're demoralized, whatever, bro, build. Doesn't matter. Like, that takes no time out of your day. And then I also made a comment like, I'm not going to ask you to degen or take off work. That's like the only thing that you could criticize about, what I said is like, oh, you should be telling people to degen and take off work. Well, the reality is that Milk leadership did not respect the members enough to plan Final Zone. So they didn't even have a plan until 24 hours before, and the plan was bad, and there was no activity check, and there was no voice chat check, and there's nothing important a part of the plan. So I'm not going to sit here and be like, okay, you should degen and take off work. No, that's not the case. But even though I'm saying that, you should still not be dead weight. You should still fight. You should still, build and contribute to the max. And that's super important. So anyone that says that I sent an announcement, that was the specific accusation, was that I sent an announcement in NVR Discord telling people not to show up. That's absolutely insane. And when you see the data, I think it's the last slide in here, you
Yes.
will see that like NVR, I think we basically had close to 50% of the top 50 in merits and Final Zone and stuff. So moving on. Kolek, why don't you take this one?
Yeah, about this one, it's quite a funny one because we were the first ones getting accused about like stealing people or telling you guys to stop joining the Milk Discord in the final zone time, which is not really true. What really happened is that just Abda and me joined the VC here because we were gonna be playing something else in the meantime, that we were sending builders. Okay, the moment that we saw, we were checking at the other side on Milk Discord because we were still in there at that time, and they were having around 30 people in PC. But guess what? At that moment, they were having another PC with Midget, one of the R5s, by the way, like having their own members in the Arabic group, let's say, in a complete separate PC. And now we were getting accused of like not joining this particular PC to be in the main war call, let's say. But at the end, it's kind of unlogical that what they were asking because they had everyone in here knows they have a huge Korean group, and that Korean group never joins VC, and they are always cool with them being in a separate VC and doing their own thing, as long as they're participating in war. But the thing started becoming a problem when it was only Avda and me on here. Yes, I'm gonna admit that probably 3 more of you guys that were still in Milk join us, but in a 190 people alliance, 5 of them being in another VC and still contributing to the KVK was not really making any sense at the end of the day. Because some of you are still in another kingdoms or places right now, and you guys were joining there just to be like watching around what was going on. So this specific accusation about, again, whipping to not join the VC or anything in particular. I mean, everyone that was that day with us, that we didn't ask you to be there or anything like that. And the activity in there was not even there because Kirito was not talking. And when he was talking, he decided just to jump into the Milk in the Arabic voice chat. So kind of hypocrite that they were accusing of something they were on themselves doing.
And I will touch on that a little bit too. I want to make this extremely clear. When we were in our own voice chat, in NVR general chat, we specifically took time off from Valorant to send new builders. Like, I would literally call it out, send new builders to this tower. Or when YSS staffed on Milk, okay, let's go over and TP over and help them. We'd literally stop the game, even though it's an online game and we're losing rounds and stuff. We would stop that so we could help build. And then when they made the call to go over to the IMFS side, then we literally stopped Valorant and we TP'd over there, and then we started fighting. And especially when Tips touched against YSS, we focused on the fight and everything. And you're literally gonna see, like I said in the spreadsheet, that like we had the people in the voice call literally had the highest merits. And if you looked at the build time too, we would have been top in the build time as well, because every single tower that was dropped to get there was built by our builders as well. All right, moving on. We fought until the end. So what's pretty funny and ironic about all this is that we're being blamed for, losing and all of Milk's, like all the bad things that happened to Milk. but we were the last people defending the fortress against IMFS when we were getting 3v1s by IMFS, DTF, and YSS. We were literally war leading in NVR Discord because we got kicked from the Milk Discord. So we were literally fighting until the end, and it does not matter. Like they hate us. They literally said that they want us to die. The leadership, someone in leadership, told us that they want us to die if you're in NVR, and we were still fighting until the end. And like the biggest thing that I was telling people, and especially in Alliance chat and stuff, is like there's no reason to burn relationships just because you're unhappy. And even though that they burned the relationship with me, I still want to fight. I still want to contribute. I still want to, try and hold the ground that's possible. And we did that even when their leadership quit and just went AFK and didn't do anything and didn't send announcements or anything. And also Jelk. I want to shout out Jelk here too, because like if anyone in Milk was R4 or saw the chats, like he was always trying every single day, trying to get stuff, led and organized and everything, and he would just get ignored constantly. But he was repetitive and trying to help as much as possible. And that kind of mentality and attitude is exactly what I want, in NVR and stuff. So we will never give up no matter what. Even if we're guaranteed to lose, we're always going to show up, always going to fight hard, and always try and win, even if the odds are stacked against us. So anything you want to highlight on, Kolek? Where can we move on?
Yeah, just very quick that we were never calling out the moment that these things were not supposed to happen. Also, one thing that we were getting accused was that NBR people, aka us, were the ones asking you guys to like stop fighting in the main final zone, and we were going to the IMFS side when it really made no sense. And the reality of this scenario is that all of you guys that were in the BC know we were fighting in the main scenario, and we were watching IMFS start pushing, and we did not make the call in the people that were in BC with us to go into the IMFS side until we saw the proper leadership from Milk, the two R5s, Milk and Kirito and Midget TP on that specific side. So we're getting accused of like abandoning or wanting to be the war, but we really did not move until we see the proper leadership was pinging to go there and to go fight there specifically. Just to be clear on that.
100%. Any announcement they sent, any messages they sent on where they need people, we were always there. I think I burned like 50 teleports in Final Zone. All right, Data. Call, do you want to cover this or Paradise? I don't know.
No, Paradise, you can do, bro.
Oh yeah, just to cover it real quick, just to prove that the NVR members or like the NVR recruits did pretty well in Final Zone. We pulled some data from the first 24 hours in Final Zone, or a little bit ahead of that, I think. And as you can see, we have 22 out of 50 people are NVR members, just on Milk. Out of the 47 that we recruited. So that should show that we are almost like in top 50, almost 50% of the members are NVR members. So yeah, it's just wrong or like false information that they said we didn't contribute or anything.
I just want to clear out here that this is in-game data. You can, all of you guys, go to the in-game data tool and go check it yourself by putting the 50 more active members with merits, let's say, on the first day of Final Zone. Because let's be real, that thing only lasted like 8 hours. So putting it like on 2 days wouldn't make sense. And even though we put it on 2 days, the same names will still be popping on here.
Yep, 100%. And then also, I mean, 47 NVR members from Milk, and there's what 190 members in total in Milk. So, blaming us is just an excuse for them to be bad. There's just zero accountability at all. I even tried messaging Carito, trying to clear things up and be like, hey, like I don't want any drama or anything. Like I like you guys. I want to stay friends. I want to ally in the future. And then he just was like, fuck you. So that's what it is. All right, now we're kind of moving on beyond the drama stuff. And there's like a couple other like rumors and like concerns, I guess. So like one of them is my commitment, and a lot of people were like, oh well, Abda just quit 2 months ago, why would he come back? Like that doesn't make any sense. Well, it does actually make a lot of sense because June and July are my busy months with my businesses. So pretty much every single day, June and July, working 16 hours a day. Now that's starting to come to a close. So I have a lot more free time. You can see me in voice chats, playing games with people, that kind of stuff. I actually have more free time now than especially going into September. I'll definitely be in a way more downtime. But regardless, every single pass opening, luckily it's on the weekends, which helps me a lot. So I'll be degenning like normal. I was always a R5 degen and MFD and really any alliance I've been at. And that's going to be the case here. So I'm fully committed to, this alliance, Pro League, all that kind of stuff. And I'm super excited for the future. Paradise, why don't you touch on recruitment?
Yeah, so far our recruitment is looking really, really good. We only took like really, really good players. That's why you guys are here as well. Just looking over the stats right now, you can see we already have 143 confirmed migrants. Having over 28 billion power right now. Average power is 212. We heavily focused on people that constantly have high merits and also have high resource healing. We think that are the most important stats to look at. If we weren't really sure if people would be a great fit, we also check the build and destruction time just to see how active people are. And yeah, we are pretty happy with the recruitment so far. But
I am in position.
it could also change a little bit in the next few days. Maybe we have some more people reaching out to us. So that's a unconfirmed number, I would say right now, the 28.8 billion power.
All right, yeah, we're still growing and stuff. And then also one stat that Paradise did not highlight on is deads. I'm huge on deads, so that's another big factor when applying as well. Bro, what did I want to say with this? Yeah, I mean, like, okay, just remembering, I guess, our conversation yesterday. We're not creating this alliance specifically to beat YSS. We're creating this alliance to become #1. So we are not like creating specific goals targeted towards one alliance. All of our goals are oriented around how we can improve, how we can get better, how we can become #1. Obviously we're looking at the matchup against YSS next season. I mean, it kind of depends on WB's recruitment, but I think most likely we're going to be #2 in the game. So if that's the case, we just kind of have to keep the YSS matchup in mind. As for expectations, we're going to really highlight that next town hall, so I won't say a ton. But, YSS is a very, stable alliance. They have a lot of power, a lot of Krakens. They're the highest funded and piloted alliance in the game. So any expectations that we're going to be able to just roll into next season and whoop their ass is a bit overzealous. But what I can guarantee, and if you've been war led by me or anything, that we will be war led way better than them, more organized. Everything within our control needs to be better than them. And the only reason that we can lose to certain alliances is because they either spend more, they have more pilots, any of that kind of stuff should be the only reason that we lose. Any other reason that is within our control, recruitment, anything, that is all leadership's fault. Okay? And that's everything that we can improve on. So we're going to be focusing on that, especially next season, but the season's going forward as well. But yeah, the goal is to build a roster that will get us to strongest power and alliance, most organized alliance in the game, and then also, hopefully win Roots of War League. So super excited. That will conclude the town hall for today. I appreciate all of your time. Looks like we were able to wrap it up right below 30 minutes. So at this point, you guys can go back to your lives, but if anyone has questions specifically about drama or any of that kind of stuff, please feel free to send your message in the town hall section. Town hall chat section.
Or if you don't want to do it like in the town hall section, like please reach out to DMs to any of the three of us and be sure that we're like against all these rumors that are happening and that we are more than able to clear any doubts or things that you have heard about, just to confirm that everything is like as we say and completely transparent with you guys.
Yep, 100%. And then, the town hall this week, and we'll go into more details about, all the nitty gritty with NBR. This was just specifically for drama and rumors and stuff that we wanted to clear up. So, again, if you have any questions, type it in the town hall chat section, and we will look for questions for the next minute or so. Then we'll head out. It looks like people are good.
Yeah, it seems fine for now. will gladly, hopefully, we clear some doubts or things that you guys were saying about this specific.
Yep. And again, like if you ever have questions or anything, like please reach out to me, Colic at Paradise. Like, we're very easy to talk to.
Yep.
We want to make sure everything's good. So if you have any concerns whatsoever, even if you think that it's minor, please reach out. Please, please, please reach out.
I am not 30% echo. I'm the highest echo here.
That's cap.
Out of us three.
Circa, I cannot confirm that in public chats.
Oh my god.
Nipper, I'm not
We
saying
can't
that.
home invade 701.
Oh yeah, isn't that coming to the game, home invasion? Actually sounds fun.
I think they disabled it for now because it was a little bit broken and people took insane permadeaths.
Ooh, I like that. I like that change. Make people tough, please. Sato, nice try, bro. I'm not letting you guys clip me. You guys can probably make me slip up when I'm like degenning and KVK.
How many merits will you get in Harris Cavball? At least like 1k. At least 1 to 4k.
That's crazy.
But you will apply fear.
So what you're telling me is I should just stay in the mage ball then, while you guys do your cast
No,
stuff?
you join.
And I'll
Everyone
just
joins the Cavballs. Everyone joins the Cavballs.
Dang, dude, I don't know. I need at least like 5k, not 1k.
If everyone joins, we get 5k.
Yeah, we'll see on that. I don't know. Alright, Kelly's typing something, and then after Kelly, we'll conclude. And then I'm probably going to chill in Alliance chat for those who want to yap for a bit. I took off today off work, so I'm going to chill for a bit.
Remember, guys, we have on Sunday 14 UTC the main town hall where we can explain everything about the Alliance. Saturday.
Yep, Saturday 14 UTC. That's like a super important one to be at. Obviously this one was important as well, but that one is even more important. So please be there. We're gonna information bomb you guys. So. So Kolik, Kali asked you to meow.
No.
Do that for us? There's so many people in here.
No.
Why, bro?
Can we get an extreme version of a text channel where we can talk freely?
Wait, why did Raz just ask to speak, bro? Raz, nice try, dude.
I'm gonna hit you up on that, Pepe.
Get baited, for real. I know, that's why it was funny. Alright, guys, we're gonna conclude it here. Thank you guys all for attending. Appreciate your time. Like I said, I'll be chilling in the Alliance chat for those who want to yap. So, appreciate it, guys. Have a good rest of your day.
Have a good day, guys. Thank you for joining. Take care.
All right, well, that was a lot of stuff, guys. That was a lot of stuff. I kept quiet. I wanted you guys to get, you know, just like a raw feeling of, I don't even know if it was an emergency town hall or I just saw like the notification and I joined. But they addressed a lot of accusations like towards the MVR project. And I say this as a member, I'm not an officer. Obviously, I want the MVR project to do well. So as soon as I saw that they were going to start addressing all like allegations, especially the recruitment one, that's been the main one that I heard of was the recruitment one. I did hear about all that they purposely threw final zone and stuff like that. So I'm hoping that a lot of the stuff that they addressed answers a lot of your guys' questions, because even some of you guys have messaged me about it and I've told you, like, look, as far as I know, they didn't use any name for me when I was talking to them to recruit me. I just knew who was in the leadership and a general idea, and I knew me and Fluffy were going there. So as long as me and my duo were going there and good leadership there, like, that's all I really care about. So I knew that with that there was going to be like a good community around it. So that was like the basis of it. I'm like, being number one or not, like, I just want to be part of a kingdom that has good leadership and a great community. So hopefully they were able to answer a lot of your guys' questions. If you guys still have questions, post them in the comments. I'll try to answer them the best I can. I'll ask Abda. So yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that town hall, and hopefully I can record the next one and see how that goes. All right, guys, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace, y'all.